So now onto the final bit of integration and on the final bit of pure maths. Volumes of revolution. And so consider y equals 9 over 3x plus 2. Something like this, and between 1 and 2. And we rotated this around the x-axis. So we would get a shape a bit of like that. Now, how could we find the volume of that? Well, if you think about when you spin it around, this is a radius of a cylinder. And it's the same thing as we did with areas. This is your tiny height. And if you add them all up, you'll get the volume. And you just need to make these really small. So like this. And what's the volume of a cylinder? Pi r squared h, right? That h is this tiny distance of x, so we replace that with dx. And then the radius for every time is just the f of x, or y. So pi y squared dx so far. And we're just adding all of them up, so it becomes an integral. And remember, we can pull out constant multiples of an integral like that. And then this is just between a and b. So if we apply this to this one, this is 3x plus 2 to the power of minus 1. And integrating between 1 and 2 dx. And this will be, and remember we have to square it, so that becomes 81 3x plus 2 to the power of minus 2 dx, and this is multiplied by pi. And then we do our integration. And of course we divide by the new power multiplied by coefficient of x. And then we can just evaluate this. And ultimately this will just end up as 81 pi over 40. And that would be units cubed. And it mostly follows the same rules as just doing areas. Again, you could have something like this, and it wants you to do the one around the y-axis, and you would just do and then you would integrate this between a and b in terms of with respect to y, like that. And additionally, perhaps for something like if you have two curves, or a line and two curves, you would have to do, and you try to do this volume here, you'd have to do integrate volume of revolution of f of x, so let's call that f of x, minus volume of revolution g of x, like we did with areas. Obviously, I have been keeping these, especially for differentiation and integration, the explanations quite brief. Just watch the videos on the questions on these topics yet to come, and hopefully you'll pick up a lot more from there. But hopefully you've already picked. Hopefully that these explanations for these maths concepts has been enough for you to understand the concept. But if it isn't, wait for my videos that go through some practice questions and watch those